Now, that's a concussion for Homer. Yesterday, I told you guys that I was experiencing a bit of flu, and you guys advised me to try several concussions. So I've mixed all of them, and at least I'm feeling much better. In the morning, I was feeling very bad anyway. But now, since I started drinking the concussion, I think I'm feeling better. And yesterday, President Uhuru Kenyatta held a meeting with the leaders from the Luhya community. And surprisingly, two key players from Luhya politics were not present at that meeting. ANC party leader Mudavadi was missing in action. The Ford Kenya leader Moses Wetangula was also missing from that meeting. So today I want us to look at that particular meeting and the objective, the message which the president is trying to send to the Luhya nation and to the entire country. But before we do that, if you are watching this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this one, you automatically get notified. Now back to the main issue. President Uhuru Kenyatta yesterday held a meeting with the Luhya leaders at Harambee House. That meeting was attended by Francis Atwoli, the Kotu Secretary General. The meeting was also attended by Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya, the ODM Deputy Party Leader. The meeting was also attended by Eugene Wamalwa, the Cabinet Secretary for Devolution. The Bungoma Governor Wycliffe Wangamati was also present at that meeting. The Trans Nzoia Governor Haimba was present at that meeting. The Vihiga Governor Utichilo was present at that meeting. And the Busia Governor Sospita Ojamong was also present at that meeting. And for those who've been following the politics of this country, one thing is very clear, that Ndugu Francis Atwoli has been hosting several meetings for Luhya Nation at his residence in Kajiado. And during one of those meetings, those leaders appointed two individuals as their spokesperson, people who can actually negotiate on behalf of the community. They appointed Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya to be in charge of politics. And Eugene Wamalwa was also appointed to be in charge of government projects. So basically the meeting which happened at Harambee House yesterday must be looked at from that perspective. Is it a strategy? And what message was the president trying to send out? Let us look at it from this perspective. For the last 10 years, any negotiations involving the Luhya nation, Moses Wetangula has always been on the table. Mudavadi has always been on the table. But this time round, they were locked out of the table. So what message was the president sending out? I don't want to go into the nitty-gritty of that meeting. They were looking at the sugar cane. I want to look at the politics behind that meeting. Number one, in my view, I hope you are getting me. My voice, I have Homer, but I hope you are getting me clearly. Number one, the first message which is being sent out to these guys is that there is a new center of power in Western Kenya. What the president was doing yesterday was actually to endorse the new leadership from Western Kenya. And this new leadership is headed by Wycliffe Oparanya and by Eugene Wamalwa. And these are the people who have been meeting at Ndugu Francis Atwoli's home. It's that simple. Otherwise, there was nothing which stopped the president from inviting or insisting on inviting Ford Kenya leader Moses Wetangula and Amani National Congress leader Musalia Mudavadi to be part and parcel of that meeting. So clearly, the president is sending out a message to anybody who cares that the leadership which was appointed at Ndugu Francis Atwoli is the leadership which is going to negotiate with. And to crown it all, the president ended up donating a bus to Nzoia Sugar Football Club. So the president is clear. So anybody in Western Kenya who is still doubting where the president is, whether the president is with the Musalia Mudavadi, or whether the president message is not very clear. The president has created a new center of power, and this center of power is what they are going to use moving forward, and that message is loud and clear. Number two, I think from what I can figure out, President Uhuru Kenyatta is punishing Musalia Mudavadi and is also punishing Moses Wetangula for associating with the Deputy President William Ruto. If you've been following these two leaders, when the president organized the Building Bridges Initiative rally in Kakamega, they tried to thwart that meeting from succeeding. So the president had to personally call each one of them for them to attend. And at the last minute, these two gentlemen attended that meeting. But of late, these two gentlemen have been flirting with the Deputy President William Ruto. And the president is not happy. So the president is telling them, okay, you can go now, flirt with him. But for me, now I'm going to start working with this team. So basically the president, there's nothing as bad as being a party leader considered to be a Luhya leader. Then the president is meeting with Luhya leaders, with all the governors, and you are absent, you are missing. So what message are they giving? So this is purely a punishment for working or contemplating an alliance with the Deputy President William Ruto. And face it, agree with it or disagree with it, the president doesn't want anything as at now to do with his deputy William Ruto. And this is the price Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula are actually paying. Remember now they can't blame Raila Odinga. Because where is Raila Odinga? Raila Odinga is outside the country. Number three, I think the president is also laying the ground for a development tour of the region. If you've been following the president of late, I think the president is keen on initiating last projects which he can be remembered with in the entire region. You go to central Kenya, the president has actually started addressing some of their concerns. You go to Nairobi today, he even ended up creating the Nairobi Metropolitan Services, and the changes are actually visible. You come to Nyanza, last year he assigned Fred Matiang'i the task of ensuring that all the needs of the Nyanza people are taken care of. And just last week alone, the sports minister was in Kisumu here. And she launched a stadium at Mamboleo Showground. So they're building a stadium there. I'm aware there are several roads which are coming up. The road from Mamboleo going all the way to Miwani and I think up to Londiani is being made. Several others. Today, if I want to go to my village in Nyakach, from Ahero to Sondo, that road is being widened. So the president is trying to create legacy for him, projects which he can be remembered with. So I think what these guys were doing, they went there and the president told them what are some of the issues affecting your area. So they listed them down. So I think the president is trying to address them. And then in the next few months, I will not be surprised to see President Uhuru Kenyatta leading a team to Western Kenya to launch some of these major projects in the area. Number 4, on the Building Bridges Initiative. I think strategically, President Uhuru Kenyatta has realized that there is nothing, and there's no way Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula are going to help him in the push for the Building Bridges Initiative. They are too much preoccupied with fighting Raila Odinga. And the president is keen on working with Raila Odinga. And so the president has decided, now nyinyi mukae huko. I want to pursue this Building Bridges Initiative. So I must work with the governors. And the challenge here, if this Building Bridges Initiative will have to go through, then it will have to come through the counties. So that can explain why the president met with the governors. So probably these governors are going to be tasked with going back to their counties to talk with the MCS so that the MCS can deliver when that bill will be taken through that route. So I think it's all about the Building Bridges initiative. And lastly, I think the president is also keen on his legacy projects, the projects which he wants the entire country to remember him for. And in Western Kenya, I'm sure if he will succeed in reviving the sugar industry, and I was reading some very interesting post by a guy called Gabriel Oguda. Oguda posted something which was very interesting. 2013, Jubilee presidential candidates meet Western Kenya leaders, promises to revive ailing sugar sector if elected. 2017, President Uhuru Kenyatta meets Western Kenya leaders, promises to revive ailing sugar sector if re-elected. Then he was re-elected. Now we are in 2020. President Uhuru Kenyatta meets Western Kenya leaders, promises to revive ailing sugar sector before leaving office. Then Oguda is saying now in 2022, the president will go there, meets Western Kenya leaders, promises to revive sugar sector before appointing a successor. 2030, retired President Kenyatta meets Western Kenya leaders, promises to revive ailing sugar sector before 2030 blueprint. And 2070, retired president meets Western Kenya leaders, promises to revive ailing sugar sector before he dies. So it means if the president can keep his word and successfully revive the sugar sector, then his legacy, he will be remembered for that for good in Western Kenya. Because otherwise, the president will be just taken as someone who keeps on promising. Remember, when BBI was being held in Kakamega, the allies of the president, of the deputy president William Ruto, held another parallel meeting. In that meeting, they were talking of reviving the sugar sector in that region. So the question is, how are they going to revive sugar sector? They are not in government. These guys are just mere members of parliament. The role and the functions of members of parliament are well defined in the constitution. So the president, in my view, is trying to identify legacy projects which he can leave behind per region. So in Nyanza, I'm still figuring which one. But in Western, I can see sugar. In Central, it's trying to revive the agriculture, things like those. I don't know what you think. But in my view, those are the 5 messages which the president was sending out to Kenyans. I don't know what you think. I want to read your views today. I'm Manuel. I had promised to do 2 videos today, but I'll only be able to do this for today. So the rest of the time, as I rest, I want to follow the conversation and read each and every comment you guys are going to drop. Thank you guys, and please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to support this channel. You support this channel by helping me create interactions. The interactions we create in a very simple way. Just like the videos if you like it. If you don't like it, just click thumbs up. So that one will trigger interactions. I'll be able to know that this video performed well, this one did not. But the best one is for you guys to continue sharing this video. There's a friend in Australia who is really sharing these videos to their friends. And I'm very happy. And also there's a lady here who calls me my son, bit elderly, from USA. She's called Sally. I'm also very thankful for your support. You always call me, and where you advised me to take this concussion, which I've taken. So I always value you guys. There's just nothing which it can describe how I feel that you guys are helping me create interactions. But the best one is just also to drop your comments. Do you think the president will succeed in creating another center of power in Western Kenya? Back to you guys. And it's Lee Makwiny. By the way, some people wanna complain that I always just start the video without introducing myself. Without introducing myself and without greeting people. Yeah, I think I always do it towards the end of the video. But I'll start introducing myself and probably greet you guys at the beginning of the video. It's It's not that I do it that way. No, I just found it just okay to just start the video, talk to you guys. Then at the end of the video, I say thank you. And one thing you must agree, I've always appreciated the subscribers on this channel. And by the way, I know most of you guys by name, even though we've not met. But after this corona, but after this corona, we are going to create time to meet with the people. And again, I'm printing t-shirts for this channel. I'll be selling to some people. I'll be giving some free takeaways so that we can, hii channel watu wakitembea huko mtaani, at least wajue pia sisi tuko. Sawa sawa, it will only be possible with your support.